Yo, what up, y'all? Yo, what's going down today, man? We're just gonna dive right into it, man. I'm about to let you guys know what's going down in these gaming streets, man. We got some benchmarks to go over and some sales numbers to go over. Now, I already told y'all guys the direction that Xbox was moving in was the right direction. Now, we went over this about a couple months ago when I was saying that, hey, you know, Xbox and Uncle Phil, they're closing the gap on Sony and Jim Ryan. You know why? Bad business deals. I'm gonna say it again. Bad business deals. If they wouldn't have never jacked that price up, they hiked the price up. First of all, and it's a premium quality console. It's not for everybody. Everybody is not going to be able to afford a PS5. That's just facts, bro. Expensive for the average person, and they just not going to be able to keep up with the whole entire $70 a pop, $70 a game. And then they're not going to do day ones on PlayStation Plus Premium subscription service. Now, they may bring day one games out to PC and you have to still buy them, but that's still not bringing the value to the PlayStation platform that everybody's been asking Jim Ryan and Sony to do. They don't want to do it. They just still want to sit here and play around, clown around like they got all the time in the world because they're the market leaders. Listen, they are closing the gap over their Xbox. And they ain't been messing around. Now, we went over this before now, right? We went over when I was talking about the whole entire, Uncle Phil is trying to crack. Uncle Phil is trying to crack the Japanese market. Now, we went over that. And I said, man, listen, you guys got to understand, there are 1.6 billion gamers over there in Japan that love gaming. The whole entire Asian market, I suppose. But the numbers that came out over there was 1.6 billion gamers. That's a lot of gamers. So you can imagine if everybody's looking for a deal, right? Sony ain't giving you no deal. They ain't cutting no slack. They ain't giving no discounts. Everything is top dollar. You paying top dollar for a PlayStation, top dollar for the new Elite controller, top dollar for the games, top dollar for the subscription service, top dollar for the VR2. Ain't cutting no deals. Where are the deals? Who's cutting deals over there? Now, the benchmarks came out, man, and this was what we've been going over for, man. We've been going over this all since the middle of the year. So you already know it's about to go down in these gaming streets. I'm about to deliver the numbers, man. Right now in the fourth quarter of what they're saying. Now, these benchmarks have came out. They have sold around PlayStation, PS5 have sold around 7.5 million consoles. Now, Xbox is right behind them. They sold 6.5 million. Nintendo's blowing both of them out of the water. They sold 12.5 million. Now, that is crazy. That is crazy. Those are the current numbers. I'm gonna go back over them. PS5. Now listen how the gap have closing between the two. PS5 have sold 7.5 million consoles. Xbox sold 6.5 million. From the 4 million gap, I think it was like in the middle of the year or something like that. There was like 4 million ahead. Now you tell me that Xbox ain't messing around this generation. You tell me the word ain't got out that they're about to buy Call of Duty Activision Blizzard that is going to turn this entire generation around. Like, I'm telling you guys, a lot of fanboys, a lot of ponies, they're talking real big talk. Yeah, we got God of War. They got God of War over there coming to the blue team on PlayStation about to drop. That is going to be one of the biggest AAA bangers. And we all love God of War. I really don't know too many people that don't like God of War. I mean, it's just a masterpiece. That game, hands down, is one of the best games ever made to touch a console. Big shout out to the studio. The other day I had came across some footage, and you can go back and look at that video as well. Those are some great developers and artists over there, and they really are passionate about bringing us that. I haven't heard somebody say they're even bringing back some old school type, maybe like my favorite God of War 3, like some features from that one, like the finishers, and they're just going over the whole entire game. Now, back to this whole entire beef with with the Xbox Series S, the potato. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Now I'm hearing, y'all, this is impressive. Like I heard like 2 or 3 different stories from different people. So I'm hearing they got an update, right? Now listen, the baby Xbox Series S have an update that it can run at 4K 120 FPS. Now I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper into that, but the fact that even came out, that is capable of doing that with an update, that is, if I don't know if the update have came out or is coming out, but that's the word on the streets. That's just the word in these streets. And you already know those Decepticons are gonna do everything. Listen, we already know the fanboys are gonna do everything to downplay Xbox. It don't matter what they do, they are going to move the goalposts. They can come out with 10 AAA bangers next year. They're still going to move the goalposts, and they're going to live off PS4 hype and down. They're going to live off PS1, 2, 3, and 4 hype. They're not even going to, they're going to exclude PS5 because we already know that's the new remake station. And PC is the new PS5. So we already know that. We already got that out the way. Now the goalpost is going to continue to move because the moves that Xbox is making, they're changing the industry, and they're not ready for that. It's like the direction that Xbox is going in is more so cloud gaming. The direction that PlayStation is going in is more so premium quality, experience. We believe in generations type deal. Like they want you to believe in the AAA bangers. That's basically what they're saying. But we're still going to charge you top dollar. So that's the direction they're going in. Believe in us. We're going to bring you quality, story-driven walking simulators. Okay, we are that remake station over here on the blue team. Jim Ryan, man, that dude never seems to amaze me, man. After all that crying, hollering, and hooting, he spent so much time trying to block the whole Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal. He ain't spending no time on bringing value to PS5. He ain't spending no time on bringing updates to PS5. He ain't spending no time to talk to these studios and get on these studios to basically cap PS5 off at 60 FPS and 120 FPS mandatory. He's worrying about blocking the Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal. And for these stories to surface that they have came out with an update for the Xbox Series X and S that boosts the frame rate, that is crazy. That is crazy. So you mean to tell me a Series S is locked at 60 to 120, and most games on PS5 is capped off at 30, 40 FPS, maybe 50. It's like it's bouncing all over the place. And that is just sad if you are a diehard PlayStation fan. I'm not talking about the fanboys, because it's pointless to talk to ponies and fanboys. It's like you're talking to a brick wall. So I don't even argue with them. I don't debate with them. But I'm talking about, what is Jim Ryan doing? Why are you in the front office? If you can't multitask and do multiple things, why are you up there? You're trying to work on movies. You're trying to listen, they're focusing on movies. They're focusing on tech, like maybe stuff like laptops or phones or cameras or whatever. They're focused on tech. They're focused on movies, production companies, and all this other stuff, and then gaming. Because they feel like gaming is moving itself, because it's so much hype around that plastic box PS5 that it's going to sell itself. So we don't have to focus on that. And now the numbers are showing that ain't true no more, because that gap is starting to close. People are starting to lose faith in Sony, bro. And I never thought I would see this day where Xbox have clapped back this hard. Now, I mean, I knew they were gonna clap back, but not to this extent. Like, listen, Sony is being outdone in every way, and the fanboys ain't gonna tell y'all that. The ponies ain't gonna tell y'all that. They gonna cover it up. Everything that Xbox does good, they're gonna brush it under the rug like it never happened. The so-called potato is running smoother and better. The Xbox Series X is running better and smoother than the PS5. The Series S is, I'm talking about blowing PS5 out the water at this point on multiple games. This ain't me making this up. This is like what's really going down. Like, this is what's really going on. You can even go look it up yourself. If you are a disbeliever and you feel like that $250 to $300 console ain't better than a $600, $700, $800, however much, I don't even know how much the PS5 even costs anymore. The price is all over the place. You can ask somebody, man, how much is a PS5? They're gonna be like, man, listen. Good luck with that one. And you know what? I kind of somewhat think that Jim Ryan kind of wanted it like that. Like, he don't want you to really have how much is a PS5? We're gonna say, oh, we're gonna have people, oh, it was $550. Now we already know it's gonna go up between $600 to $800 if they're gonna give a bundle with it. We already know that console is gonna be extremely high in other countries, and it's showing. It's showing. They're only up what, like, let's say 1.5 million to 2 million consoles now. Nintendo is on another planet. But between Xbox and PlayStation, that gap have closing due to the fact that Uncle Phil have been out here shaking hands and making friends. He's out there in Japan taking trips. He done brought Persona to Game Pass. You know, like, a lot of people don't understand how big of a deal. That's why they have been pushing that commercial out. Some people probably have been seeing that Persona commercial on probably on YouTube, on TV, on television, on ads and all this stuff. That's why. It's 1.6 billion gamers over there. And the fanboys are gonna downplay it like that's not a big deal. The numbers are showing it. The Series S, the baby Xbox, is outperforming the PS5, and word have got out that is highly that is highly unacceptable for a plastic box to cost as much as a PS5, and it's underperforming. I am shocked. I am truly shocked that the gaming community have not stepped up. I'm talking about the PlayStation fanboys and ponies. That's the community I'm talking about, because they're so prideful, you know. They're so outspoken. They're so untouchable. Nobody can say anything to them because they're still living off that hype from all their AAA bangers that they have delivered in the past. We can all agree to that, right? We can all say, okay, you know, we get it. Y'all have been, you know what I'm saying, a AAA banger making machine for many years. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can argue with that. But now there's a new sheriff in town. Uncle Phil. Good old Uncle Phil. I can't believe this man made moves to make Jim Ryan cry. This man have been peeing the bed for the last 6 months. Like, he don't know which way to turn. He can't sleep at night. All he do is dream about Game Pass. Like, how can I stop him? If somebody is on your mind, listen to me. I know a lot of people have probably heard this quote right here. That nobody's gonna hate on you if you ain't doing something right. So obviously that means that Xbox is doing something right for Sony and Jim Ryan to be hating on Xbox this bad, bro. They have to be doing something right. That's the only way you can look at it. They can try to downplay it all they want to. The numbers ain't lying, though. The numbers ain't, bro. I'm not making this up. These are the numbers that's coming out. I think they said Xbox have made something around this year around 40 billion or something like that, in a hole on everything. 40 billion, that have already pretty much halfway paid for the whole entire Call of Duty and Blizzard, for them to buy it. That's next year is going to be paid off with all the taxes. So that's what they're afraid of. Look how much money Xbox is racking in, and it's just about to go up. Then you have Xbox Game Pass with another 30 million subscribers on the daily, and they're just flooding it. Now it's probably like 30, 35 if the numbers are going up like that. If you have sold an extra, let's say extra 5 to 10 million between like the last 6 months of Xboxes, do you know the majority of those people are going to be on Game Pass? So you can kind of already do the numbers and be like, oh well, it's probably really close to 30 plus million between that now, if that many consoles are sold. So add it up, you do the math. And this is what they're crying about. This is what they're upset about. This is what they're mad about. They don't want to compete. It's not because they can't compete. It's because they don't want to compete. And I came up and I kept going over and over. I was like, why is Jim Ryan so afraid? Why is Sony so scared? Why are they so terrified of Xbox? Because they're the market leaders. They have been doing these little greedy, grimy, shady, low-down, backdoor exclusive deals that's been coming out with all of these games, all these timed exclusives, all these exclusive DLC packs, all these marketing rights, all these they can come out with extra little add-ons for their game, like Call of Duties of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like even probably stuff like, I think even 2K got an exclusive little add-on or DLC. It's just little annoying stuff like that. That's just like, okay, what's the point? Okay, so is this supposed to make it sell more, or so is this supposed to make the games that have exclusive content to PlayStation, do it supposed to make you feel more special, or is it supposed to make you sell more consoles or more games? Like, which one is it? Like, I get confused with that, because I'm like, okay, is by you announcing that you have more exclusive content, I guess that's supposed to be a cupcake or a cookie for the ponies. I don't even know what ponies eat. Grass? But I'm guessing it's supposed to be more grass, pony food for them. Because I'm trying to figure out like, man, what is the deal with all the exclusive stuff, but you're jacking the price up? It's like you're saying that you're giving them exclusive stuff, but you're jacking the price up due to inflation and the problems with the economy, with gas and just the cost of living. But you just saying at the same time you're jacking the price up on the console, and you're charging more. So that's to make up for all the lawsuits that Sony had over the past. You do know they do steal away from their fan base, right? They have been known for doing little greedy, grimy, shady little stuff with that platform. So maybe that's their strategy. Butter up the fan base, making them think they're gonna get everything that they can desire, and then backstab them. Sony have been shooting herself in the foot for a very long time. And now their dirt have finally caught up with them. All that karma over the years, they've been stealing from their fan base. They knocked Sega off the map. Sega right now is at the gaming graveyard. You know what I'm saying? Next to Stadia. Next to Dreamcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's to the point where they've been getting away with it for so long. And now it's finally time for somebody to step up and say, hey man, listen, we're here to stay. And that's Xbox. We're not going nowhere. We're not just going to let you dog us out and knock us off the map like you did Sega. And so many more other consoles. It was a lot more supposed to be out there. A lot more gaming consoles, even cloud gaming. There's a lot of people that they blocked. They even blocked Facebook from getting deals done. Ain't that's crazy? I think Facebook was trying to buy somebody. Sony blocked them too. It ain't just blocking Xbox, blocking Nintendo for doing stuff too. Like, that's what I'm saying. The grimy stuff is catching up with Sony, and now they're finally getting a taste of their own medicine. Finally. Finally, Uncle Phil have come back to claim his spot and game in the rightful way. You know, showing you how a business should be ran, the value that you should bring, or something like Game Pass that they don't want to do with Sony, because they want to lock you down behind that plastic box and gatekeep you guys, so you have to continue to pay that $70 price tag. You can't go anywhere else to play the game because they're doing all these exclusive deals. Do you see the business strategy where I'm going with this? That's their business model. That's their strategy. We believe in generations, but you only can get it here. You have to only play it here. Now we're gonna make high quality games, but how long is that old 90s, early 2000s way of thinking is going to continue? How long is this going to go on? How long are they going to stick with that strategy? It's starting to get played out, and people are starting to get tired of that same business strategy. It's not bringing enough value. We're moving in a new direction, and they want to stay stuck in the past because some old people are stuck in their ways, all cocky, arrogant, like Jim Ryan and the CEOs over there at Sony's front office. Still don't want to listen to their fan base, right? But you see the numbers. Xbox is running them down like a track meet. And it's sad to see, you know, them going in every direction that they want to go in, and they ain't even taking no orders from their fan base, not even from their diehard fans. They are letting their fan base down over there at Sony because they don't want nobody to tell them that something that they don't want to hear, because their greed have corrupted them, have corrupted their mindset. Money means more to them than their own platform, than their own brand, PlayStation. And that's why I don't blame PlayStation. I have to blame the coach, the one that runs the team, the blue team. It's crazy that these Decepticons, after all these years, still have not got it. They got one thing down pat. They know how to make AAA bangers, but that business strategy, even you can go back to PS3, that almost ruined Sony. Sony did so bad that generation. It almost wasn't going to be a PS4. That's how bad that generation was. And now they're going back into those old ways because, see, when they're up, Sony have been up for so long with the PS4 now. They forgot what happened. They just erased and brushed the PS3 under the rug like, oh, like that didn't happen. Go back and look at all the bad business deals they did. They almost ran that company in the ground then. I guess they didn't get enough of it. Now they're trying to run PS5 in the ground. And then they're going to try to come out with a PS6 and try to fix it. Oh, now we're going to listen to the fan base. Clowns. So you want to run the company in the ground on purpose. Purposely run it in the ground. Then you want to try to fix it when it comes to PS6. Now you want to try to fix the frame rate, the resolution. Now you want to lock it at 60, so you can say, oh, well, now this is a new PS4, a new PS5 Pro. Now they're gonna lock that at 60, because see, if they fix the issue with the PS5, it ain't really no room for upgrades on the Pro to make you be like, okay, now it's gonna be locked at 60. Y'all didn't hear about the blocking deals that they were doing to stop them from actually making it better on Xbox? Yeah, Sony did those blocking deals too. This is like they're not gonna let the Xbox outperform the PS5 too much, which is it can. They don't even need to come out with an Xbox Pro because it's already so powerful. They don't even have to upgrade the Xbox Series S if they don't want to, because it's already outperforming the original PS5. They're going to make the PS5 cheaper, but charge their fan base more. Make this make sense, people. Who does that? That's like me making some candy. That's like me making a candy apple without the candy. Like, who? Those Decepticons at Sony, they always trying to stay one step ahead. They always trying to outthink their competitors. Every time you think about it, they're always trying to outthink their competitors. Why do you think by the time we catch up, we'll be already heard, oh man, they already blocked that deal, or they already blocked that game from coming to Game Pass or Xbox or Nintendo or PC? You be like, what? That game was just announced. They be like, no, Sony is always 2 steps ahead of everybody. They're always on the phone. They like little, I don't know what they are, like little nagging ticks. They're always over here. They're all creeping around doing little shady deals. They have these little scouts out here that pinpoints their next victim. And they know once they flash those millions in front of those studios, what are you gonna do? What would you do? Somebody come to you with $100 million. You're gonna take the bait too. But they don't tell that it's gonna come with a price. They don't tell the studio it's gonna come with a price. Hey, if this game flops, you're pretty much done. Because who's gonna really want to work with you after they found out what y'all did? And that's what I had a big problem with too. Some of these studios are doing these little backdoor shady deals with Sony, and if the game flops, guess what? Sony stab them in the back, and now they're out on the street trying to look for a job, trying to team up with other big studios, and they're like, nah man, we heard what y'all did. That's gonna make a bad name for us. You're doing these little exclusive backdoor deals. Now they're starting to get exposed. Oh yeah. A lot of these studios are starting to get exposed. And that's why these sales are looking like that. Why do you think that Xbox is keeping up? Because they're bringing us value. They're continuing to update their consoles. That's why they are selling. And word have gotten out. Because you got Team Xbox and you got Team PlayStation fighting it out right now. And when that happens, people dig for dirt, people dig for things that the other company is doing. And they're going to continue to dig. And when we found out that these studios are being greedy and grimy, and now some of their backs are against the wall, now they don't want to work on the resolution and frame rate. Because they've been doing little shady backdoor deals that they have to spin the narrative. They got to spin the story around and point the finger. Oh, the reason why I don't really want to tell the truth that Sony paid us for Gotham Knights not to make it run at 60, and cap it off at 60 to 120. We can do it, but Sony paid them not to do it. Come on now. Sony paid WB not to cap it off at 60. Come on, what other game? There are other big AAA banger like that besides God of War that they knew was dropping this year. I can't even think of another game. I don't even think it's another one coming out. Not that big, probably to next year. But we know those are the 2 biggest games pretty much at the end of the year that was dropping. Was Gotham Knights and God of War. But they're gonna cap it off at 30 because they know the PS5 is too weak. That rotten potato ain't got no fertilizer, ain't got no water or nothing. It's just dead over there. It's just capped off at 30 because it's like that rotten potato is stinking. It's molded, grimy. That PS5 is rotten, man. That's a bad apple. That's a bad apple right there, man. It got worms in it. You know what I'm saying? The Xbox Series S is over, and X is trying to pull it up. They're like, man, come on, man. They're like, come on, man. You can hit 60. They're trying to pull it up to 60. It's like, nah, man, I can't do it. I'm out of shape, bro. They got the Xbox, the baby Xbox is trying to pull the PS5 up to 60. It's like, nah, man, I can't do it. It's like trying to pull it up a mountain. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. I can't go no more. I'm out of shape. My back. Somebody give me some milk. But man, I'm just jiving, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna leave it right there, man. We're gonna jump into some more topics later, man. I got some more stuff to dive into, but I just really wanted to go over the sales numbers and all that, man, just to show you guys that Xbox is here to stay, and they're not trying to get knocked off the map and end up in the gaming graveyard. So make sure you guys smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell if you guys would like to jump into the Xbox ecosystem or the PlayStation ecosystem. Just pretty much click the link down in the description, and if you would like to rent games, click the link down in the description to help you guys out with those $70 AAA bangers that you might want or you might not want and you just want to try out. And I think I got a merch link down there too, so you guys can go check out my clothing. So peace.